Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 6. Today, we are going to be adding more agentic behaviors to our agent. So we are actually going to add 2 behaviors. The first behavior is going to be, it's going to search our Google Calendar for availability, and then it is going to send those slots of availability to our prospects. Now, if you recall in video 3 of this email course, we actually set up a Zap or an automation in Zapier so that anybody that sent us an email that we labeled as a lead would actually be updated on a spreadsheet. So now we have 2 funnels in order to get prospects. They can either fill out the consultation Google form, and that will trigger our agent, or they can send us an email that we manually label as a lead, which also triggers our automations and now our AI agents. So I'm going to show you how to add these behaviors. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go to our agent settings for our lead research and outreach agent. And we want to go ahead and go down. So you'll see one behavior that we already are implementing, which is the prospect summary generator. That's when it enriches the prospect's information, creates a summary, and then sends an email. So that's our first behavior. Our second behavior, though, is we're going to click plus and we're going to build it out now. So we want to set up 2 triggers, but we're going to set up the first trigger. So the first trigger is going to be when a Gmail is labeled as a lead. So go ahead and click trigger, click on Gmail, and then find new labeled email. Specifically, you want to look for the label called lead that we created. So then this will trigger anytime there is a new email labeled as a lead. Amazing. Okay, so we have our first trigger set up, and it's our new labeled email. So every time we get an email and we label it as a lead, this will trigger this agentic behavior, but we want a second trigger for anybody that form fills that consultation request, right? We also want that to be a trigger. So what we want to do is click on the find data and then add data source and go to Google Sheets. And you want to go ahead and find that consultation request form. Make sure you select the right worksheet and then click add data source. Amazing. So this is what your screen instructions should look like right now. So now what we want to do is click enter 2 times. Okay, so we want to click on Google Calendar and we want to click on find event, and then go ahead and click your calendar and make sure your account is hooked up. Now here's a very important part. You need to make sure that you open up your Google Calendar. I'm going to click February 19th, and the event is going to be called Demo Days. And I'm just going to say 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Okay. That's going to be my demo days time. Awesome. So now I have demo days on February 19th from 10 to 1:30. What I'm doing in my Google Calendar right now is I'm blocking off a time on my calendar for demos, because if you're in a startup or a consultation type of environment, people will constantly want to book your time, and it can get very chaotic very quickly. So I have found the best way to manage my time is actually to schedule demo day blocks on my calendar. And that way, if they want my time, there's already designated blocks in my calendar that I have available. It's not like an a la carte style setup. So once you have a demo day, just make sure you label it as demo day. That's the only important disclaimer, is make sure whatever event you create, call it demo days. Otherwise, the rest of these instructions might be a little bit confusing. But go ahead and pick any date in the future that you want and head back to your settings in your agent. And what we actually want to do is we want to click search term, set specific value, and then go ahead and click in demo days. So now it's actually searching for the event called demo days. Okay. So far, the triggers are there's a new email that's labeled a lead, or there's an updated spreadsheet row on our consultation form. And then the next action that we just put in is to find our demo day event. Okay, so it's finding available time that we already blocked on our calendar. So now we actually just want to go ahead and create a new action, and we are going to send an email to our prospect with our available time slots. I spent so much money on Calendly and Note Takers and a bunch of other applications. And what I found personally is if you give people options or you make it seem like you've got lots of time available, they will not treat your time as nicely as you would want your time treated. And what I mean by that is if you give folks your Calendly link, they know your availability. So if something comes up last minute for them, or they decide that they're too tired that day to book their demo call and they want to push it, they will cancel last minute, and they have your calendar link. So not only can they cancel, but they can also reschedule. So I have created more of a boundary for potential prospects and clients by insulating my availability and taking it off of Calendly and just having this be an agentic behavior so that my agent is controlling my schedule. It knows when I'm available, but they don't know all the time slots that I'm available. Okay. So what we want to do is go ahead and click Shift and take action. And we are going to click on Gmail and we are going to click on Send Email. And we're going to leave all of these blank. Okay. And what we are going to do instead is we want to go ahead and copy and paste in our prompt. And our prompt just says, "Hi, first name, your consultation has been scheduled," right? For date at time. Please check your calendar for the event details and feel free to reach out with any questions. Looking forward to speaking with you. Again, you're going to want to personalize this information as far as your signature goes to whatever you want it to be. I'm going to go ahead and click Save Instructions and Test. And if this works correctly, it should send an email to my email since I form filled. And it should tell me that the available time it has for me is 10 a.m. on February 19th for a consultation. Because if you don't recall, we created a lead gen form where they want a consultation with you. And then if they're sending you an email and we are logging as lead, they're expecting some kind of a follow-up from you in the form of, when are we going to speak, right? They want something, the ball's now in your court. You need to figure out how to best send them an invitation for next steps. So right now it is finding the event on my calendar called Demo Days. And again, it goes through each step. So look, it found my demo days, it found my start time, and send an email to the requester. Awesome. "Hi, Ashley, your consultation has been scheduled for February 19th at 10 a.m. Please check your calendar for the event details and feel free to reach out with any questions." And here's the email. "Hi, Ashley, your consultation has been scheduled for February 19th at 10 a.m. Please check your calendar for the event details." This looks amazing. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and actually create the event. So take action, and we want to go to Google Calendar, and we want to create an event. So I said quick add event. And again, I'm just going to leave all of this blank, and I'm just going to click Save Instructions and Retest. So I left all of the filters as default because I don't want to pre-input details. I want this to work dynamically. So I want the agent to figure out how long each demo should be and quickly add the event together. Because if it's a demo, I don't need to add a ton of information in the details of the event. It's kind of assumed it's a demo or a consultation. Okay, so it's going back through everything. Amazing. It's finding the event, and then it's going to send the email, and then it should populate the demo day event and actually put it on my calendar. I think this is so cool. I'm never going to get over how cool this is. All right, I'm going to say looks good. Perfect. That's the email. It just sent me another email, or it's getting ready to send me another email. And it just did because I got the alert. I'm going to say looks good. And then it should quickly add an event. So I didn't tell it how long my demos usually are. This is the fun part. So now what it's going to do is I should be able to go to my calendar. Yep. And it blocked my calendar. Consultation with Ashley Gross. Now it blocked it for an hour. When I do my AI consulting demos, if you will, I usually block them for 45 minutes. So an hour is a little bit too long, but here's how you fix this. And this is specifically why I didn't give hard parameters within this email instruction. So you can just go on the back end on the right-hand side where it says reply and say each demo should only be 45 minutes long and each demo needs spaced out by 15 minutes. Again, this is my specific input because my demos are 45 minutes. I like a 15-minute break in between demos so that they're not right on top of each other. I get a little bit of room to breathe, stretch my legs. Okay, so now each demo will be scheduled for 45 minutes with a 15 gap in between. Let's go back to the calendar and refresh. Okay, and now I'm going to click retest behavior since I just gave it more input on the back end. It's going to run through the whole workflow again, but that's okay. And now, after all of this is over, I should be able to go to my Google Calendar and it's a 45-minute demo as opposed to an hour-long demo. Now it actually updated on my calendar to only be 45 minutes long, and I can delete this one. So now you have like a whole block for your demo days, but then you specifically have a 45-minute block. And obviously it's white because I didn't accept it on my end yet. But there we go. That is how you create your agent and your specific agentic behaviors to actually book consultations for you. And next episode, so next lesson tomorrow is if they respond. So then the next lesson tomorrow is going to be troubleshooting. So if our agent is sending them consultations and demo days and scheduling it for them, inevitably you're going to start to get people that say I'm not available or they have a question or they want to know about pricing. So in the next lesson, we're actually going to take a look at some frequently asked questions and ways to troubleshoot our agentic behaviors. So I will see you in tomorrow's lesson. I hope you're enjoying this and let me know if you have any questions. You can also feel free to always respond to the email and ask your questions. It is my AI agent. So if you ask it questions, it can actually assist you and answer your questions for you via email back and forth. So it's very, very cool. I hope you enjoy it. See you tomorrow.